Subscribe now. EU Debates.
Today I think is a wonderful day. And I'm also very happy that we can already kickstart the screening part, which is going to be now your main task, right after the first two IGCs. I have a little speech that was prepared. This is part of the procedures, so bear with me. And of course, first of all, I want to welcome you here. I want to welcome the delegation of Albania. I want to welcome the delegation of North Macedonia for the inaugural meeting of the screening process. We agreed, I think, a number of times today that today is an important moment for everybody, and we have reached a new level of cooperation. Just a few hours ago, we held the first political intergovernmental conferences with North Macedonia and an intergovernmental conference with Albania. Now we immediately show that we do not want to lose one single momentum to act. This afternoon we are immediately moving to the screening process of the acquis. We've been waiting for this moment for so long, so let's reverse things now. Let's accelerate the pace of the accession process. We have the necessary tool in our hands to make this happen, the revised methodology. The revised methodology, with its main element, could accelerate this process. Our common path can be more predictable, more dynamic, more credible, and can be subject of a joint and reinforced political steer. This screening process, what we launched today, is the first step in the negotiation process, and we want to advance steadily. The screening process also features as one of the main elements, like grouping the chapters in more coherent clusters. Of course, we are not starting our collective work from scratch. We have done together already a lot of work in the past years in the context of the stabilization and association agreements, but also preparations were done in 2018, 2019. During the previous years, we have been providing advice and financial assistance to support your efforts to align and implement EU policies and legislation. During the previous years, we have been regularly reporting on your progress and help you to focus further on the reforms. The process we are starting today is building on all the good work we have already done together. And this is the moment when I have to thank you again what you have been doing in the past for your own European path. I would also like to grasp this moment to give you a very short introduction about the framework of this screening process. Let me start by saying that this screening process is a major opportunity for you, for Albania and for North Macedonia, to self-assess your policies and legislation, to better understand how close you are in meeting the EU standards in each area and what are the reforms to be done. After our explanatory part, which is about sharing our EU policies and legislation with you, I look forward to our bilateral dialogue. This bilateral dialogue will be the core of our future discussions. This bilateral dialogue will bring us closer and closer to our collective aim, to your membership. On the basis of these bilateral meetings, we will draft the so-called screening reports, in which we will inform the Council and how we should conduct these negotiations with you. The screening process will cover the entire spectrum of the EU policies and legislation, organized in 6 clusters, covering the 33 chapters of the EU acquis. Over the next month, we will have a very intense work program, starting with the fundamentals cluster. This exercise will require the mobilization, directly or indirectly, of a large number of experts in both the Commission services and your respective administrations. And of course, our contacts will significantly widen and intensify. I know that the administrations in both Albania and North Macedonia have been preparing for this demanding exercise for years now. And I encourage you to continue your efforts to ensure effective coordination and fruitful participation. I can assure you that myself and our services will be always next to you and will be providing you any help that you might need. The screening process is much more than just a technical exercise among civil servants. It is an opportunity also for civil society, business, and citizens to get more familiar with EU policies and legislation. Again, rest assured that we will support all your efforts to this aim. The screening will help us and all the stakeholders to focus on issues that really matter for the people and businesses in their daily life. We will touch upon real daily issues. The quality of the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink, the capacities of the health sector, the protection of personal data, and the supply of our energy. These are only a few examples. The accession negotiations process is a transformative process. You have heard this today a number of times, but it is also a common understanding process and to build common understanding. Benefits will build up as you progress in that. You will see this in our common future. Investments, improved trade links, closer collaboration in key sectors such as energy or transport. New good jobs and business opportunities. This is what the young generation wants. And this is what your citizens deserve. The economic and investment plan, the other basic pillar of our cooperation, will also deliver this for you. Of course, the accession process should be seen also as a comprehensive and ambitious reform program in this regard. And to be successful on this, our future common work needs to be based on an objective, clear, and fair analysis of the state of play and what remains to be done. This is what the screening will provide. This is why the screening is important. We are undertaking today the first step of the accession negotiations process that will lead Albania and North Macedonia to become members of the European Union. So let this process begin. Let me wish you really good work and also wish you a speedy work. I hope that we can already start delivering the first screening reports as early as the first quarter of next year. I'm sure our Director General, Maciej Popovski, will do everything to get that done. So with this, I do thank you. I hand over the floor to him because he is the Master of Ceremony this afternoon. And after listening to your opening remarks, I have to leave you. Thank you.
Commissioner, thank you. Thank you very much. I'll do my best not to disappoint either you nor our partners. You can rest assured that will be the case. So I also have a script, but I leave the script for a bit later. And we start with the opening remarks first by Foreign Minister Chaka, and then Chief Negotiator Mazi. And then we proceed with our guests from North Macedonia. Minister, please, the floor.